Hello YouTube, this is my video for Madden 26 Week 6. Um, Here I've got some of the main players on my new team up. You can see I'm 85 overall, Patriots offensive playbook, multiple defense playbook. Um, this last weekend there was a MCS Most Feared um, challenge tournament. Did end up playing in the MCS games over the weekend. Ended up playing 6 games on Saturday, 6 on Sunday, or maybe 7 on Sunday. And then built this team maybe last Thursday. I think I finally, after the game time promotion came out, I made a decision to what to do with my team. It was a slow process. I think on Thursday, um, trying to decide what to do, maybe took a few hours to uh, build, to decide what players to get, what team chemistry. Um, I even think I maybe uh, went to work maybe around 5 and thought about my next, what would be best next. And then finally, Thursday night, I had this team put together. Um, Before I go over the team, I think it's going to take a while to go over the team and all the players I used. So I'm going to do highlights first this week. And one also note is that season one's almost over. It's not showing here now, but season two should start this next week. So I may go over that after the highlights. But first, I'll show the highlights, some highlights of the MCS. I think maybe at some point I'll record a game. I just didn't get to record a game this weekend. First highlights, I guess I'm going to show defense. Um, show my defensive highlight. This was during one of the MCS games. Here you can see I'm on defense. I'm using the 3-2. There is about 13 seconds left. He has no timeouts. My opponent has no timeouts. Opponent's an empty set and it's 21-14. So if he scores a touchdown, he can tie it or go for two. So yeah, this game came down. A lot of the games over the weekend were close, and the opponents in the MCS are close, are very competitive. This game was really close, so I'll show you this defense time. Here I'm in the 3-2. I think it shows just in um, cover 4, and I may send a blitz. Uh, yeah, I send a blitz on the outside, and he goes for a seam route, and luckily my guy makes the play. So here he's got 20 seconds, and now 10 seconds. Second and 10. Yeah, so he got his first down. He makes a try. Now he has a second down. Literally has a lot of tries here at the end zone. Stays in empty. I go to here. I go to my 3-3. I do switch up to the 3-3 to switch the defensive lineman. So in the 3-2, Micah Parson was on the right, James Pierce is on the left, and then here in the 3-3, Parsons on the left and Pierce is on the right. Well, so they're switched up on this 3-3 defense, but it's cover 4. And here I think I'm looking more just for coverage, more so than, and maybe a little bit of pressure with just 3 defensive linemen. I do have abilities on all my D linemen, so I can by doing this switch, I do get more pressure. Except here, Kyle Hamilton intercepts the ball on the second down, and game's over. And there, I didn't get much pressure like I wanted to, but I did have the coverage, and he made a bad read, and game was over. Maybe he would have run out of time before he had two more tries. Next, um, highlight, I'll show a passing touchdown. Um, One thing I've mentioned in the past is four wide receivers. Having four wide receivers with faster speed and getting rid of the tight end. On this play, I get rid of the tight end. I use the tight offset tight end. It's like tight offset tight end, but I don't have a tight end in the game for the formation. Um, yeah, I think one advantage right now maybe to have a set with four wide receivers because even in this tournament, I decided to use four wide receivers, and this formation is really good. Here I've got um, Saquon Barkley in the backfield, and then four wide receivers, and I've kind of used it off and on over this weekend. Even though I don't pass it to one of the receivers, Saquon Barkley takes it on a wheel route or a streak route, gets a touchdown. That's my passing highlight. Now, running highlight, I guess I'm going to show Saquon Barkley again. Here I am doing a familiar thing um, I've done in the past. I put the fullback in the game as the tight end. One reason why I use Andrew Beck is because he's 6'3". He is like a tight end by being so tall. So I do like to use sometimes a taller fullback, and then I put him in as a tight end. And here I'm using him as a tight end, a fullback, so I can audible if I want. Here I decide to audible into my I form Y off close formation. And yeah, I just read that maybe there would be an advantage. I just read the defense that there may be an advantage to have a lead block in his defense. With the single back, there's no lead block. Here I wanted a lead block, and Saquon takes it, spin move, touchdown. So Saquon Barkley this time is sort of the highlight reel, and Kyle Hamilton, the new MCS safety, as you can see on the screen, use got an interception, game-winning interception. Um, see now if I can go. I haven't done much head to head. I'm still champion one. May have played one game and lost it. Played some of these seasons to try and warm up for did more seasons to try and warm up for the tournament. But yeah, we're level 45. Um, the season's over on the 17th, which is 2 more days. Season one pass complete. Okay, so for my team build, this is maybe going to take the longest to talk about. You can see I have 85 overall. One big decision was to use Jalen Hurts or Justin Fields. I ended up deciding to use Jalen Hurts. Um, and what I did was there is some packs that I used or some sets. One set I did was the champion set. See if I can find it. Is it a season one event? There is a set out there. Nope, can't find it. There is a set type for the collectibles. Um, for these solo seasons for a B&D champion. Takes 32 solo seasons. As you can see, I have 6 now. I did have just enough to get this solo seasons token, B&D champion, and this contains about 7 to 8 players. This is how I got Brock Bowers. Um, in this B&D champion set, there I have the option of Brock Bowers, Justin Fields, Larry Tunsil, um, Jason Peters. Just it seemed like it was random, but it was the because it had some legends in it. Um, not the limited legends, but it did have um, some of those cards. So yeah, so with this one, it was my first set I did, and uh, having the option for Brock Bowers, I didn't think I'd have this option, but I decided that instead of going with Justin Fields, I would use Jalen Hurts, and I grabbed Brock Bowers as a B&D champion for free. So that helped out a lot with my planning as far as team captains. By using Brock Bowers, I don't have to use Greg Olsen. I don't have to spend coins on cards. So I decided to use AJ Hawk for free as my team captain. AJ Hawk um, with the 50-50 team gets 86 speed. Brian Urlacher gets 85 speed. So my 2 linebackers and my 5-2 are these 2 guys. Because I did use a 50-50 theme team. 50-50 theme team I used was um, the Vikings. And um, even though what the main reason why I chose the Vikings was because they got Pat P and Andrew Booth. There's a lot of my players get 32 team Kims, including these 2 linebackers, the safeties, and so really I had no corners. And uh, the Vikings, they have 2 cheap. I got this Pat Peterson. They're not very expensive either. Pat Peterson, well, I got free. I did the set for Pat Peterson um, with the Legend set, and then I also did the collect this set. What is this card? This card is a Team of the Week. I also did the set for Team of the Week, Andrew Booth, to get corners, and I decided to go. Will Johnson gets 32. Micah Parsons. The next move I did was I got Micah Parsons and Patrick Surtain. This was kind of a weird decision. I don't know exactly what order I did, but somehow I thought of getting the Vikings, getting these corners, um, and I was going to try to get these crystal cards. I already had Saquon Barkley. Um, over the week, Saquon, when the Redux of Pat Surtain came out, this card went from being 500,000 to 1.2 million. Well, so I already had this card, and I ended up when the Redux come in, I ended up buying this Parsons card for about 600,000 coins. he was kind of expensive, but I bought him. I think he's just going to go up. And then um, I ended up during this process on Thursday is what I decided to do when I started building this team. Decided I wasn't sure if I was going to go 50 Vikings. I was only going to go 20 Vikings and then maybe 20 Chiefs. But is what I did was I bought the season one pass. You can see I have no points. 1,500 points is gone. And the reason why is because I did buy the season pass and get all the stuff for the season one pass. It was a good deal. I got a ton. I maybe I went from a couple 100,000 in coins to 1.5 million coins. I had got some training. Um, Maybe even I got 2 million coins out of that 1,500 season pass because I sold some cards. So what I did was I bought the season pass and I bought Patrick Surtain for 1.1 million coins. I used on Patrick Surtain. The Redux, I did the Redux, not the limited, because as you can see, I'm low on coins now. I did use all my coins up. This D tackle I'm using, he's really good over Matthew Golden. He's my nose tackle. I did put Reach Elite on him as the ability. But at 76 speed, there's not many nose tackles with 76 speed right now. Um, yeah, Patrick Surtain gets 32 Kims, Will Johnson, all these players. Ended up buying Harrison Smith for 100. The cards the Vikings I bought, Harrison Smith for 100,000 coins. He does get he gets pretty fast, 87 speed. So I have a +3 speed. He's a zone. He's not a starter, but he's a zone safety. And Xavier Watts is more of the starter. At 88 speed, he has better man and zone coverage. These rookie premieres are still good, especially on a 50-50 team. Um, I bought Stefan Diggs and I bought this card, which were 100,000 coins. I also bought this, so I spent about one, two, three, 400,000 on Vikings. You see, I got a lot of cheap Vikings with the linemen. Adrian Peterson, I only had the 78. Um, I am using Greg Olson for second tight end. He just has four tokens and gets 83, still gets 83 speed um, with the 50-50 team. Bought some of these other cards. They're not very expensive, 20 grand each. Vikings lineman. Jake Long already gets Vikings team Kim. My four wide receivers, then I do have this. There's a lot of ways you could maybe switch this team up a bit, but I did decide to use four wide receivers. One way to switch this up a bit, I could put Matthew Gold in here. If I didn't use four wide, I could put Matthew Gold in here. I did contemplate putting Matthew Gold in here as the fourth wide receiver if I didn't use four wide receiver sets. And then using the token on James Pierce. Right now, James Pierce doesn't have a token, doesn't get Vikings Kims, still has 83 speed. Micah Parson, I think if we look at his counterpart, Micah Parson gets Vikings theme, 84 speed, 6'3", 245. Um, so I don't use the Kim on James Pierce, which if I did, James Pierce gets 86 speed. and or 87 speed, and gets all the he really somehow I think I'm gonna have to somehow I'm going to maybe get a different corner, Will Johnson with the 50-50 team, 87 speed. Maybe I'll didn't have enough coins for Travis Hunter, but somehow maybe I am going to try to get James Pierce a team cam, and he'll be crazy. Will McDonald, I don't have ability on him, but I still have him in the game. 81 speed, a little bit slower, but he gets with my +2, he gets good power move, finesse move. And so I use AJ Hawk in the middle as a middle backer, Xavier Watts as the in the box in the 3-2, and in the 3-3 I have Xavier Watts and Harrison Smith. Peterson's a good slot corner. He's my starting slot corner. I think he played safety. He may have played safety. I'm not sure. And then Will Johnson is the other slot corner. I also did buy Kenny Clark. Kenny Clark was about 100,000 coins. I didn't. When I decided to go Vikings, one reason why is because they have some good cards and they're not expensive. The Jags right now, there are some good theme teams out there. Yes, when game time dropped, um, I was really thinking about the Jags, but they got some expensive cards to worry about. And then um, there was one other team, uh, maybe it was the Falcons. Well, there's a few teams to choose from, but the Vikings, they have, Steven Diggs. He only has 100,000 coins. Gets the Vikings Kim, 88 speed receiver. All my receivers are 88 plus speed. T. Higgins is 89 speed. This guy here is 89 speed. 6'1", 205. So all these cards with the 50-50 team are great. I did also, with the season pass, I got a bunch of the season tickets. And so I did, um, these cards are a little bit more valuable now. Marshawn Lynch is like a starting running back, but I use Saquon Barkley. But I use him, Marshawn Lynch every once in a while. Still use John Elway. You don't have to have. I could put a Viking here. There is a little bit of play, but there's not a whole lot of play. Basically, the entire team has Viking Kims. My right guard doesn't, and he has identifier, so I did use identifier um, for the tournament. For all these, the tackle, the rest of them have Vikings Kim. It's very, there's a little leeway, but here I'm using, instead of using James Pierce, I'm using this Viking, uh, Andrew Van Ginkel. He's a good run stopper, but and he was very cheap. I used the 81 speed, D end with the Kims, using him for his team Kim to get up to 50. If I had a Viking quarterback, I could put James Pierce here, and I wouldn't have to worry about some of these Vikings. Dallas Turner is a pretty good Viking. Um, and then of course I had Daniel Carlson is a good kicker. He's also gets Raiders Kim. And yeah, still have to had to go out and the two most expensive to me Vikings was this long snapper. This long snapper cost 40, 50,000, and this fullback cost me about 50,000 too. Um, so it took me a while to build this team. I think is what I did was I had a 20 Viking, 20 Chiefs theme team. Then I went to work and I wasn't sure what I would do. But for instance, here's one way I have some leeway. I have Greg Olson. Some of these tight ends get fullback Kim. I did use 500 training, and I can put um, Greg Olson over here and get another Viking Kim um, and switch the lineup around. There's a little bit of ways to switch up the line around. Abilities, I have short out. Um, Saquon Barkley, I have freight train. Um, Identifier. Sometimes I put an ability on Brock Bowers. Right now, he has mid out elite for 2 AP. If I activate it, um, Jalen Hurts was my quarterback. What I got on him, I have Gambit. I kind of disactivate a few times in some games. Have Comeback and Conductor to have faster hot routes. I don't like to flip plays and audible too much, so I use Conductor. Comeback works really good against good players because if a good player gets the lead, and if a good player scores 14 points on me, comeback works in the first or the second half. If I'm losing, I'm more likely to pass more. And I have noticed it does help against good players. I may have trouble passing the ball when it's a tie game. And then if I start losing, I notice that I do complete more passes a little bit with this ability. Comeback ability, reach a lead here, and then my two AJ Hawk. I put Stonewall on some of these. AJ Hawk has Stonewall and reinforcement. Uh, Even though I got a ton from the season pass with my 1,500 points, there's still some upgrades that I would like. I would probably like to get Travis Hunter and then put the token on James Pierce. Would like with these guys, with both my safeties, I have Stonewall. To me, if a guy's running the ball on you, it's good to just stop him, you know, at the point of contact, especially in goal line. I really can't stand it when a guy's running if a guy's running the ball, he usually likes to run the ball a lot. And if I'm making contact um, to make a tackle for a 5 yard gain, and then somehow he turns it into an 8 yard gain because he's using Derrick Henry, I do not like those games against runners who can turn a 5 yards into 8 yards. It's just not fun. Also using Acrobat. I don't know if it works, but I had the training and the coins. So I put Acrobat on my two safeties and Stonewall, and then Stonewall on AJ Hawk. Uh, Primarily, this help. I've really noticed Stonewall works against the in goal line um, to help stop at point of contact, just to stop the running back. Works against aggressive tackles, conservative tackles, any tackle. Stonewall um, helps just to make the tackle at the point of contact. My other abilities are on these rushers. I get reach elite, I get unpredictable, and Ripper on these two guys, which works, and but I still in the 3-2 and the 3-3, I still switch these two guys up. I don't use Will McDonald much. I started off with Will McDonald, using Will McDonald sometimes, um, but I got some more training, and I think unpredictable helps with the blitzing. Use MCS field. MCS. All the games are on MCS field. Don't use the home field advantage. Still using Broncos and Patriots and multiple defense. Um, I ended up using the Patriots playbook over others because I don't. I use four wides and tight offset. I like the four wide and tight offset, but in the Falcons, there's a lot of ways to use four wide, but I usually just get in trouble and throw an interception when I will go too crazy. And the Patriots are kind of a conservative passing game, I think. Um, and so I decided to use the against good players. I turn the ball over less with the Patriots offense. So I used that's what was my strategy with the Patriots offense, is to not turn the ball over very much and give myself a better chance. Usually, if I have the ball a minute, 2 minutes left, I can score a touchdown at the end of the game, or get in field goal range with the Patriots offense. And so, yeah, a lot of my game, I usually kind of goof off um, with offense, and then uh, don't turn the ball over. Just make sure I have comfortable not turning the ball over, and then play good at the fourth quarter. Wait till the fourth quarter, keep the game close. Did mention Andrew Beck. You can see he's 6'3". He's not very fast, but he's 6'3", so I use him as a fullback. A lot of people wouldn't use Andrew Beck. They would just use C.J. Ham. They would use Greg Olsen. They would get an extra Kim for something, but I don't. This is one way that I use Andrew Beck for fullback. Prefer him as a taller fullback than C.J. Ham. And um, Saquon Barkley, he got the touchdowns this week with the highlights. See, he's 89 speed. Um, Even Marshawn Lynch is 89 speed. And so, one thing, if you are planning on doing or thinking about maybe going to a 50-50 team, do these season pass, do these season passes. I ended up, one reason why I did it, I had, with the season pass, I had tons of season tickets. So I was able to do Brian Urlacher, and the other one I may max out these guys. Um, the other one is Khalil Mack, and um, right now I have him. He'd be up to 79 if he was in the game, but he has 32 team kims. These have 32 team kims, so I may do these final two. I have enough of the season tickets. I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna wait for season two. You can see from buying the pass, I now have 3 of these tokens for season two. Got a couple extra of these. But I ended up maxing out 4 season 1 cards because they get 32 team kims. They are helpful um, for making a 50-50 team. And so I'm not using this guy, Khalil Mack, yet. But if I did max him out, like on another team, if I go with a different team, I could use him. I really could use him instead of Marshawn Lynch, but I kind of use Marshawn Lynch for kickoff returns. Um, and this guy, he would. I only need 2 blitzers, and I got Micah Parsons and James Pierce. But with 50-50 team, he gets up to 83. He would be 83 speed. If I maxed him out, he goes up to 83 speed. So he's a good right. He's a good end rusher for sure. Um, as what I probably would like to do is get a different. This guy isn't that great. Probably would like maybe even do this for next week is get rid of Brian Urlacher and then add Khalil Mack. But the problem with Khalil Mack is he would be a backup. I would use James Pearson. I prefer to use Micah Parsons and James Pierce. And so he's still a backup right now. But on a different team, if I didn't, different team, if I didn't have Micah Parsons, this guy is the starter on most teams if he's maxed out. And so, yeah, for future reference, there's only a few more days for season 1. And so, last suggestion or strategy would be to decide what to do with those season 1 cards and possibly max them out. I may max them out, but there's just always it just seems like there's one that I don't need to use. So I think I'm probably gonna right now I'm gonna save my season tickets for season 2 and not worry about it because uh yeah, just because pretty much I got James Pierce and Micah Parsons and I don't need that extra blitzer. Comments, suggestions, welcome. Uh Hopefully this will help you maybe for the MCS or for future games. Um, Also, I forgot to talk about the MCS. It is a 2 week. Um, the most feared is a 2 week tournament. So um, I may show some highlights or a game this next weekend. But in order to get into the bracket, get into the ladders, I'll play this weekend too. And it should be fun. Most of the opponents are good and have good teams. So not really expecting to be top 50, top 100. However, uh, usually the games are good. And with this team, with the 50-50 theme team, with these players, it is fun to play the game right now. So, yeah, nothing else. Have a good week and um, enjoy Madden 26 while it lasts.